Hi, I have a 99 Lexus ES300, and suddenly the window on the passenger side went down, and I noticed the next morning it had not gone back up. So much to my chagrin, something was wrong. And I don't really like chagrin. I don't, it's hard to get off if you've got some on you. I don't know about you people, but I just never liked chagrin, so I'm going to try to take care of some of my chagrin this morning. Before I get started, I wanted to show you a few things that you're going to need, or wouldn't be nice to have. Number one, let me point out that I've rolled up this plastic. I've taken off the door panel. There's another video that shows you how to do that. Unlike some other people, I've rolled this up and taped it to the door so it's out of the way. That thing's going to be a pain in the neck if you don't do that. I've got 5 bolts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've already taken off a couple of them, so to show you what it looks like. One thing I think you shouldn't get if you don't have it is one of these metallic pans. You throw your screws in there and you don't lose them. Another thing is a tin or some place to keep the nuts and bolts that you take off, because the last thing you want to do is try to find them when you need them at the end of the day, and you say, now where is the screw that used to hold that in place? So get yourself one of these or something like it, or I use a Ziploc bag too. You can either use a socket wrench or a Phillips to remove these. I said there's 5 of them. And behind this plate, Lexus has concealed the entire window mechanism, which attaches to the bottom here, 2 or 3 bolts. Something up here holds a guide in place. I will probably remove those. And this is your regulator bar. It attaches to a motor hidden back here. So the motor turns either one way or the other. What happened on mine is that this cable came out of what's called the regulator. The regulator drives up and down. When you turn on the power, it rolls the window up. The window is attached to it, and somehow or another this broke off from the regulator. It's got one from the top and one from the bottom. So, and this is my controller, which I left on so I can operate the window and see if it's working. I guess what I'm going to have to do is remove the old one and put on a new one. So by the way, you see this white bar here? That does not come with the car. That is something I installed temporarily, and I braced it against the bottom of the door and up against the glass to hold the glass in place. So therefore I've been able to drive around with the window closed, and it's kept out the rain too. Not too bad. In fact, if I wanted to just forget about a power window, I could probably just leave that all the time, but might as well get it back to where it should be. So I think I can leave this connected. I think what I'll do is work on the motor first. I picked up this handy set of sockets, even though I already owned sockets for both metric and American. I just love this. It's in a nice handy case. $24 at Costco. Man, you can't beat it. DeWalt quality. It's got 72 tooth ratchet, which allows you to turn the ratchet less. So I'm going to open that baby up. Grab myself what looks like a 10mm socket. Bingo. Take up my handy dandy ratchet. And that one happens to be a like a 1/4. This ratchet tool has a quick release also, and that's a really handy device. Instead of trying to pry off a socket, push the back of it, it slides right off. It's a beauty. Why didn't I think of that? All right, let's get that going the right way. Knock it loose. Knock that one loose. Knock that one loose. And then turn off my hand. I like to keep everything together because this gets confusing enough. All right, so now I've got my plug for my power, and I need to apparently get that out. I'm gonna reach the back of it. I might need a screwdriver to pry that loose. No doubt gonna break. No, we're in good shape. So then I disconnect it like that. Remember, that's the power, and there's only one socket. The motor's back here. I'll pull through the cable, and now don't forget, all this is connected. And bingo, there you got the motor. I'll let that just dangle for a while. Let me get this out of the way for the time being. Looks like you need a 10mm socket wrench for quite a few of these nuts. That's nice that the Lexus standardized at least the size, so you don't have to keep switching. Eventually I'm going to lower the window down so I can take it off, take the regulator off of the glass. I'll probably have to lift the glass up, you know. Maybe I should do that first. But at least that will get my window, the bottom of the regulator is attached there, the top is attached here. And so, or as they say in Spanish, entonces. That's about as all the Spanish I know. I promised I wouldn't disclose my location. It happens to be Port Royal Lake in Fairfax, Virginia, and don't tell anybody. But it's a beautiful day to work outside, and I don't have a garage anymore. So, all that being said, let's continue on our logic here, and let's remove this here, whatever that is. I guess that must be so that there's a standoff. That's my guess. There's a standoff. I gotta remember how that went on there. And that's so it holds some other piece of equipment. And this here is like a spacer. So they both just screw off in hand. And I'll tell you what I'm gonna do is, so I don't forget the orientation, I'm gonna leave those here in the same arrangement, and hopefully I won't screw that up, because you know, if you screw it up, you're in a heap of trouble. So, where this is broken is actually at the thing called the regulator. So what I'm going to do next is disconnect this white tube that I installed. That's a piece of plastic pipe you can pick up at any home supply store like Home Depot or Lowe's. Disclosing that I have stock in Lowe's, but that's beside the point. You can buy that wherever it's convenient, but they nicely sell them in 2-foot sections now. I gotta say, that's a real convenient thing for people like me who don't always need a large piece of pipe. You just need a small piece. There you go. It's coming apart. This is clear duct tape, by the way. Another nice, call it invention if you want. There we go. Got that out of the way. Now, if I'm not careful, the window will come crashing down when I take this off, because it's just being held up by the plastic pipe. And last thing I want is that thing to come crashing down. So I will reach up there and grab some tape that I taped on both ends to keep that plastic tube from moving around while I was driving. Pretty clever, huh? I reach up there and I can feel the glass, and I can bring it down nice and gently. Crash burn. Okay. Wow. This is exciting, or what? Take my plastic pipe out of there. I might need it again someday. I had to cut the plastic pipe several times to get it the right size that I wanted. Okay, now the window's coming down. You can see where the wire is broken, and that's not nice. That piece of wire, even though it's only like 1/16 of an inch, is really a strong piece of metal. So what we're going to do next is, I think I'll let it all the way down and rest easy. I can always bring it back up. And I think what I'll do next is take apart these two babies. Again, that's 10 millimeter. Thank you, Mr. Lexus. Thank you, Mr. DeWalt, for making my day easier. Oh yeah, I can see the mechanism is attached there. Ooh, wow, you hear the birds singing? It's springtime in Northern Virginia. Oh yeah, yeah, pretty song. It's a songbird song. Okay, now these have a built-in washer on that nut. I don't know if you can see it, but that's what it is. So you don't have to worry about a washer. And then, yeah, I don't know what to do. There's a spacer. It's a horseshoe shape, and it slides right down there between the door frame and this panel. So I'm going to take both of those out. That's, I guess, I don't know what that does. It just keeps the metal from metal. And then I can push this out. So I think the rest, I'm going to have to take the window out, if I can do that. Now, if I wonder if I can't lift the whole thing at one time, that would be nice. I'll raise this up a little bit. So I think of what I'll do next is disengage the glass from the regulator. You got two little bumpers, I think one on that end and one on the other end. I don't think that's going to clear, so I'm going to remove it. Something fell down. I'll have to retrieve that. Okay, that's the back side. So that goes on the back side. Make sure I keep those two together. Let's get that glass off of there. Take a guess. It's a 10 millimeter. Be a little careful here because that's glass, you know. Use my plastic pipe again. You can lower the window from up above here. Reach down and grab it. What I'm doing now is putting an extension on my ratchet. Do you remember Mrs. Ratchet? Nurse Ratchet. Nurse Ratchet. Yeah. Our beloved Nurse Ratchet. All right, let's go back up here and see if we can get the glass up. The glass up. The glass is up. So while I'm holding the glass, I'm standing on my head and doing the twist and shout. If you're faint at heart, don't try this, especially if you don't have your coffee in the morning. That's one. Let's take the hard one out first. That's this one here. Two. That'll stay attached until you pull it off again. Whoop, that didn't sound good, but that's all right. We're gonna yank that thing out of there. Maybe. Oh, it's a lucky day, lucky day. Look at that. If anybody ever says this job is a pain, yeah, they're right on the money. You see on the other end, there's another stopper, but I didn't have to take that one off. Store this thing aside. Now, if this was sunny California, I could probably drive around with my window without a window for quite a long time and not worry about it, but okay, so now let's get this regulator out of there. And that's shouldn't be a big problem. Let's see. all you gotta do is say, come out regulator, come out wherever you are. And you've gotta come out through this bottom here. Let's see if Lexus gave us enough room to work on it. I got a feeling if I go up and I bring it up, I don't know what that is, but I don't want to break it. I might not have another one. And we pull this out, and we get it out like that. What's holding it up? Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe not recommended, but that's it. That's it, that's it, that's it. Now, I bought the other one. Oh, see, let's see here. You know what I could do is just reuse this and put a new little runner on there. Nah, because that's got to connect to the motor and everything, and it's broken through the motor, and I don't want to fool with that. So I picked up one on eBay. I used one on eBay. While I'm just sitting here chatting, let me go ahead and put that thing in there before I forget how I got it out. So bear with me while I here's what the new one looks like with the motor attached. When I say new, it's not new, it's new to me. Yeah, right. So in case while I'm talking, I went ahead last night and I greased up the inside of that rail, because it looks to me like that's where this regulator is going to travel. A lot of traveling. We don't have any little traveling music here. We got a bird singing in the background. Yeah, and I look, and there's a little, the regulator travels on nylon track or bosses, and so that probably keeps it from, but I figure a little white grease won't hurt. Until I find out otherwise later on in the day. What I'm doing now is taking off the bottom bracket, because I didn't do that last night. I'm going to set that aside, because I'll probably use the old one simply because I know it works. So now we got to figure out which came first, the chicken or the rooster. Yeah, I think what we got to do here, I don't think I can move that down unless I put the power on. So let me power it up, see if I can't move it down. Okay, are you still with me? What was I going to do? I was going to power that down, the regulator. So what I'd have to do is plug in the new, power in the new motor, like so, and then I could turn on the power on the car. If you'll bear with me, I'll be right back. Now you're talking traveling music. So let's see what I can do here. I'll tell you what, if nothing else, this will help me determine if what I did is working. There you go, baby. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that, but the regulator just moved down to halfway, which is just what I want. And so I proved that what I'm doing is worthwhile, that the old motor and the system works. So with that, let me entertain you. Let me shut that off. Thank you, Chuck. That was Chuck Berry. So what I'm going to do here is turn this around, shove it back up in there. I'm going to disconnect the power, by the way, to the window, just so there's no mishaps. The last thing we want is a mishap. I took out mishap one time. We had a nice date. Mishap. So this is going to be a little bit of a challenge, and so you probably hear a little bit of words that you don't want to hear. Razzle, frazzle, razzle, frazzle. You remember that one? Razzle, frazzle. Oh, golly, Ned. Okay, bear with me. There's something holding it up. It ain't me. Just kind of patiently work that into position, huh? I might have to run that down a little more. So with that, I am going to turn on the key again. I hate to let that drop. If it'll stay in position. There you go. So bear with me, or bear with a big bear. You'll probably hear a little more Chuck Berry. Forgive me. There you go, Chuck. If you didn't guess, I'm into 50s music. Dreams. My best friend to tell you that dude. Daddy's gone. Daddy's gone. Only way. In my eye. My best friend wrote and told me, rap, rap. Come on, baby. And what I'm trying to do right now, with a hope and a prayer, is get this thing into the door, back to where it came from. Now it came out, so I know it's going to go back. Maybe the motor's holding it up. I'm getting closer. Afternoon. Maybe if I shoved the motor over, if I'm smart, I'd shove the motor over and get that out of the way. And there you go. I'm getting smart finally. So I'm going to leave that aside. I'm going to put the motor in. Let me see how those... For this moment. I feel a song coming on. Please bear with me. Wrote and told me. For 25 cents, who sang that song? wire through. I remember this one. It was a Champs and Tequila. There, we got one bolt in, and you know what I'm going to do? Get the other ones in. Let's see. Two and three. Stay right there. I'll put some nuts on it. Nuts. Where are my nuts? They're where I left them, right? I told you I left them right here. I don't see them, but that's all right. Yeah, here they are. 1, 2, and 3. I met one of the founders of Sirius Radio yesterday, and he was a graduate of the University of Maryland, and man, I tell you, I was so thankful I almost got down on my knees and prayed, because I was so happy with XM radio. If you grew up in the 60s like I did, man, you remember how you heard nothing but the same top 40 over and over again. Tequila! Oh man, we got the motor hooked up. If you noticed, if you were paying attention, you saw where I brought the power wire out. And that power wire has to connect to the door operator right here. And then we put this back in, like so. We'll mount this here in the door. Tequila! I'm gonna need some tequila after all this.
Well, you wake up in the morning, boss. You hear the ding dong ring. Then you look upon the table, boss. You see the same darn thing.
Oh, same darn thing.
You find your food upon the table.
All right. So,
There's no fork in the pan.
let's put this aside.
But you better not complain, boss. You get in trouble with the man and the midnight special. Shine its light on me. Let the midnight special shine its ever loving light on me. Well, yonder comes Miss Rosie, boss. I want the world to know. By the way she wears her apron, boss, and the clothes she wore, the umbrella on her shoulder, piece of paper in her hand. Well, she come to see the governor. She wants to free her man.
Paul Evans singing that song, if you didn't know, and I don't know if that's a one hit wonder or what. I don't remember anything else he did. I'm tightening up this bar in the bottom. I wish I had a bar right now, but yesterday was St. Patrick's Day, and all the bars were happy because things are getting kind of back to normal. St. Patrick's Day and the NCAA tournament. Did you see where Richmond beat Iowa? Go Richmond! That's from Virginia. Hey, there you go. That's good enough. So, now, I know who that is, and you know who that is singing, because that's once in the great, the Platters, the wonderful Platters. to my heart. I'm going to raise this up a little bit more. Man, this is wonderful having power windows again. It's called My Prayer. Well, this was a Friday night makeout song if I've ever heard one. Let's go up. Oh. Wow, beautiful. Beautiful. Let's leave it like that. Let's unplug it. And I think at this point I'm going to put the glass back in and bolt it up. Did I tell you, you've been a wonderful audience to stay with me this long? Hey, you know what I'm going to do? Before I put the glass in, I'm going to bolt this back up. Let's put the glass aside. That glass is a real pain anyway. I've been waiting to use that all day. All right, so what I wanted to do was put those horseshoe clips back in. Still don't know what they do, but hey, they came with the car. Don't want to leave anything out. You don't want any parts left over at the end of the day, right? So I should have had some nuts for that. Nuts! Let's put these nuts on. They look like they came off. That's the problem with these nuts, is they all look alike. Come on for the big finale. End of my. Boy, could you do some fancy skip the light fandango across the dance floor when the Platters were playing. That sounds like Chuck Berry again. Ah, sorry, Buddy Holly. How could I be so stupid? Stupid! I don't recognize Buddy Holly from Kiss Me. Let's put the glass in there. Let's quit fooling around. It's time for to put the glass in. If you guys hear a loud crash and then a cry, that was me. Don't worry, that was me crying after I dropped the glass. It ain't easy. And the nice thing to know is this glass came out of here, so it's got to go back, right? The thing I don't see is how that bumper is going to get around there, but I don't know how to put that bumper back on once it's in the car. So I should put it down there first, maybe. Does anybody remember how I got this thing out of here? How about like so? Huh? I think all I can say is this takes a lot of patience. Yeah, more patience than my doctor had last month. Whoa, look at that. Look at there. Look at there. Look at there. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, hey, hey. Let's bolt that thing in there before it wants to come off. Anybody having a birthday? 16 candles. Oh, love it. Another great song. Man, they're playing them Thank you, Mr. Serious. I told him I was serious. Yeah, I think he didn't get it. You know, hey, not everybody can carry a sense of humor. I wouldn't snug these up too tight. I'm just saying, you know, it's glass. All right, so entonces, as they say back in old Mexico, entonces, look that up. Let's put that old bumper on there back again. If I can get to it. Yeah, I can get to it. I get around to it. Do me too. You're only 16. If that music's driving you crazy, well, tune to a different channel. What can I say? All right, now is about time you start saying to yourself, what did I forget? What did I forget? You knew you forgot something. What in the devil did you forget to do? You forgot to tighten something? You forgot. Again, I'm not going to tighten that too much. Lucky the old one went in. Hey, you know what, baby? I think we got ourselves a window. I don't have that many parts left. Let me see. Let's throw this one away. Oh, little blood. What did these come from? I know where these are. And this one here, where did that come from? Dude, whoa. So let's put that together. They don't have any, well, it's plastic wrap there. Oh, I remember. I do remember. Do you remember? He came out of here. One of them did. Yep, that's the one. So that's got to go a little tighter. That holds that little plate and is very important. Say, go, Jimmy, go. Oh, Jimmy Clanton, huh? Remember Jimmy Clanton? Oh man, he had some good songs. You know what? I think that's enough for today. Let's give it a whirl. Let's try it out. I'll show you that it worked, and you can go home happy. All right, I got the power on. I got the plugged in, the motor plugged in. Let's go up with the window. Let's go down with the window. And stop it right there. You guys are good. Have a good day. I hope you enjoyed my video. I hope you learned something. I hope you see something, because it's not shooting right into the sun. Bye for now. Catch you on the downside. Go, Jimmy, go.